Hi, welcome to AwkwardHamster. Today I'll be taking a look at this CINEPEER C11 smartphone gimbal. In the packaging, it came with this gimbal, a user guide, and also a micro USB cable for charging. It did not come with any carrying bag or carrying case. I'm going to show some pages of the user manual. If you want to read any part in more detail, just feel free to pause. It's in both languages, Chinese and English. This is currently sold on Amazon for about $89. CINEPEER did provide this unit for review. I've been using this for quite a few weeks now. I'll demonstrate it shortly. Here's the operation instructions. This part is perhaps the most important page here, because on the device itself there isn't really much in terms of labels and what the buttons do. But even if I did not have the manual, you can pretty much figure it out by just trial and error. Here are some more of the specs here. And here's the warranty information. The metal finish is like a hammer metal type of finish. This also supports different size smartphones. So to balance it out, this little knob over here, I have here an iPhone XS Max. So once I loosen that, I can expand it and tighten back up. And the smartphone rests here in as well. It's rubber line inserts or silicone rubber type of inserts. It's not going to scratch the smartphone. My smartphone has a case on it, and even with the case, it still works. Now, this part over here is spring-loaded. Grips on pretty tight. It's a good thing that it grips on pretty tight, because the only times I've used this was when I'm outdoors with the kids, like right now. Usually I'm jogging behind them. Their app is ZHIYUN Play. It's free in the iOS App Store or the Google Play Store. Before I can connect to it, I've got to first turn the device on, press the power button for about 3 seconds or so, and the item automatically centers itself. So now back in the app, what I'm going to do is just hit connect. Found it right away. Connect using Bluetooth. Okay, enter now. Options for shooting this: photo, pan, video. And if I want to adjust the settings, I can in their app. By default, it's recording the video at 720, but I changed it to 1080. Even though for TNW, it sounds like a straightforward zoom in, zoom out, it's actually multi-function. So I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to tap downward. See how it's zooming in a little bit more and more. I'm tapping up. It's getting wider more and more. What I found is if I hold it, let's say pressing down for about 2 seconds or so, now it's a selfie type mode. If I press up 2 seconds, I switch to different type of video mode. The thumbstick allows me to make minor adjustments. I'm pointing downward, going back up. If I tap the mode button once, it's the pan, follow, lock mode. If I press it twice, this is basically like a point of view. Wherever I'm trying to shoot, it'll move in that direction, either up, down, left, right, however I want it. If I triple press it, it will just recenter the stabilizer. Earlier I mentioned that with my larger smartphone, I will loosen this part over here and expand this. Just in case it was all the way to the left, it's not expanded. I was using my Samsung smartphone before. So now more of the weight is towards the left of the screen over here. I'm going to show what happens when I power it up, and that's going to try to center on its own. It's trying to center, but it can't because it's too heavy on this side. If that happens, it's not because the item is broken or anything. It just means that I need to adjust this over here. Loosen it, expand it all to the right, tighten it back up. Now, when I start it up, it's a center by itself. If it was heavy on this side, it may droop over here a little. If you're using like a case that's heavier on the front, like for example one of those specialized cases that has the lens attachments, you might want to take those off, but it's really trial and error, see if it works with this gimbal. Go, Catherine!
Oh, we're doing a race!
Stopping here.
Right next to me.
Oh boy.
Why do we keep on winning?
I don't know. But all this running back and forth is making Daddy winded.
No. Daddy, set,
Go!
Daddy.
Go, go, go! The camera for the back, this is my Sony RX100 version 5. It has built-in image stabilization, and that is enabled. But even with it enabled, Sony doesn't do as good of a job as at using an actual gimbal. I do have a gimbal for my Sony camera, but that weighs more than a pound. If I were to compare video image stabilization between the iPhone and Sony, the Sony outright wins. But the iPhone with the CINEPEER C11, this combination is far superior. I'm always going to have my iPhone with me, and carrying just the C11 is a lot easier than carrying an iPhone, my Sony camera, and my gimbal for the Sony camera. So yeah. Now, the grip over here, I'm going to need to do something about it. Perhaps add some sort of texture, because it's pretty smooth. Even though it looks like hammered metal, the texture itself is, the touch of it is pretty smooth. Holding this for an extended period of time does get tiring. I'm going to need to think of something. Perhaps add like ridges over here, just so I can grip onto it easier. The micro USB charging port is right over here. It's great that they also added a USB Type-A port right on the bottom over here. That way it can power my smartphone at the same time as I'm operating this item. The battery life for this, I have not had to charge it from dead. I've used it 2-3 days. I'm not shooting like constantly 24 hours, but if I shoot like 3 hours a day, I still have enough charge. It's rated for 12 hours of battery use. Yeah, it's just essentially charge it every night or every other night. I'm always good to go. It's great that they put a tripod thread on the bottom of here. It would have been even greater if they put one here too. This is useful if I want to use my smartphone as like a action camera type of thing, just like what I do with my GoPro. This cost about $89.99 off Amazon. They did provide this unit for review. This is a extremely affordable smartphone gimbal, and it's got essentially all the main options I want. Great image stabilization, no noise for the motors, excellent battery life. I can charge it using a standard micro USB cable. As for the cons, kind of wish that there was a tripod thread on this side over here. The turn feature, it doesn't turn 360 all the way, more like just almost 360. And almost 360, the reason I mentioned that is because there is not a mode for selfie. For selfie, I can use their smartphone app and change it between the back camera and the front camera. But if I want to use the back camera in terms of a selfie, because it's higher image quality, I can't do that with this device unless I hold it this way. Another con will be the grip over here. It's pretty smooth after an extended period of use. It does add more fatigue to my hand over here. I'll need to think of something. Overall, I do like this. Great value, and I would recommend it. Well, thanks for watching this video. If you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, feel free to contact me. Thanks for watching AwkwardHamster. Bye.